Say one. What? Are you recording?
Yeah.
All right. Well, cut two. We are at Maryland Motor Works. It's been a long day already. As you can see, we got the whole driver's side of the rear end apart. Axle boot flew off, so I've been wiping up grease. Over here, the knuckle, you can kind of see the bolt that's snapped off in there. That is for my toe arm. So we're dealing with that. Gonna put a new knuckle on. And then if you come up here, well, it's back there somewhere. I don't know. Come on up here and go underneath here. We put a new power steering pump on. So this thing was a absolute pain. So putting this pulley on, there's a hub you press on to the power steering pump, and then you bolt the pulley on, and we just fought it until we just got the torch out, heated it up, and sent her home. So she's a little marked up, but we should be good. But yeah, like I said, already been a long one. I think it's what, like 3 o'clock, and all we did was a power steering pump and pull the rear end apart. So get back to work, putting the knuckle together, and then once that's done, we're gonna switch to the front end, finish up the power steering pump, and we're putting steering stops on this car, which we can show you right now. All right, we found them.
I found them.
You found them. We are gonna bolt these on. So where these bolt onto is the back of the caliper. So these are from Matt from SRD. We're actually gonna put a physical stop. Reason being is there is so much force in the front end of this FD car with these GT radials and this fuel suspension and all this horsepower. At angle, it's actually flexing the control arm. So there's flex in the angle kit itself. So I have it set up with the steering stops to be pretty much perfect so it doesn't over center. Now, when you add flex that, it's actually over centering. And if you saw at, what would it be? Where were we just at? Indiana. It was really over centering and wobbling. Now, reason we're doing it now is we upgrade it to these bigger, beefier, come underneath here, tie rods. So we got rid of the stock tie rods. There's like a clevis right here and 2 Heims. Now, before, all the force was getting put on the old tie rods, and it had a ball socket and it was blowing out the ball socket. So now that we put the beefier tie rods on, all that flex and force is going into the wheel, and it's just not happy. So we're gonna set the steering stops. Steering stops are already set to the angle I want, that it's not over centering. And then we're just gonna put it just a hair behind that, the physical stop, so when it wants to flex, it has a physical stop that's gonna stop it and doesn't do that weird shaky stuff in the front end. So we're hoping that's why it blew out the power steering pump, because of all that weird force and pressure on the power steering pump. But I don't know, new power steering pump, new physical stops, fix the driver right rear, whatever, driver side rear, and yeah, should be good to go testing Saturday and seeing what it feels like. So Matt sent me over this steering stop kit like we were talking about before. I have it bolted on, just had to shorten the bolts just a little bit so they didn't touch the backside of the rotor. So pretty much it's just you bolt this plate on the back of your knuckle, and then let me grab it. We're gonna do this, and then there's a longer bolt, and we're gonna just turn it and just, you know, weld that sucker on to wherever this, kind of like that, bolt that on, this would turn, it hits there. So very simple. And like I said, this is not gonna be our rack limiters or whatever, steering stops. We're gonna set this probably like a 16th behind where it actually goes to. That way, if the front end flexes, once it flexes, because this car flexes a lot in the front end, it'll stop it from doing that and stop it from over centering. So yeah, not, like I said, you don't wanna rely on these. You wanna do it off your steering rack, and there's like, I don't know, there's spacers, there's Delrin spacers Matt sends. So yeah, just something additive to this car just because it has so much force. The demo car doesn't have these on it because 400 horsepower doesn't need it.
I'm filming everything.
They're filming it.
You can time lapse this.
Time lapse.
Walking with these.
The editor's gonna have to cut through a lot of stuff, huh? Sadly, I'm the editor. All right, so now we have the car on the weight of the control arms. you can kind of see, so over centering is when the pickup point, the tie rod pickup point, which is right here, this bolt, gets behind the rack. So right now it is lined up where it's just a hair in front of it. So now with this plate we put in right here, we're gonna take those bolts, which I'm gonna grab real quick. Take these, take this big thick nut, weld it on there.
Where are you welding it?
Weld it somewhere on here. It's too long. Brief intermission. Why is this nut messed up? But we're gonna weld this somewhere on here that bolt contacts that plate. And then weld it in place and then just back it off probably like a half turn. Call it good. And then what I'll do is when we go testing, I'll probably take a paint marker, make this red to see if it's touching. And if it's like, man, it's touching a lot, I might back it off a little more. I might turn it up. We'll see. That's what testing's for. So yeah, most of the way done. Now we're just gonna have to figure out the whole setup with this and tack weld this nut on. I lost something else. Where's this? Oh, they're on my head. All right, we're good. All right.
We spent the last 45 minutes looking for this thing.
We spent the last 45 minutes looking at memes on Instagram. What we're doing here is I'm Fabricator. So when we hit the wall, something, if you look in here with the light, back in there, you can see the bolt on the end of the tie rod. Oh, let's go to your left more. Left more. Yeah, there you go. That bolt back
right
there.
down there.
Yeah, the black one. You can kind of see its crack. So when we hit, that tab kind of has been giving us issues, and we've always had to like tack weld it.
This side over here?
No, is that side also messed up? Oh, that's but so we're gonna clean it, and then I'm gonna weld it. I'm putting that in the video. But so we're gonna clean it and then weld it, and then deal with it in the off season. I see you squinting.
See that?
I see you squinting trying to watch him. Big YouTuber now. Big YouTuber. You see this guy?
YouTuber. Content.
Big YouTuber. Content.
Big
Content. Demo car, you know? All right, let's try this again. It keeps disconnecting. We are here at Shenandoah. These idiots behind me. FD cars here. I don't know what all we filmed at the shop, but as you can see behind me, FD car, big oval track. We're gonna go get some laps in, but gonna go over what I all did to the car to be here. Oh, rear knuckle on, good. New toe arm, new bolts, everything's good. We can explain what's going on here. Oh, power steering pump on from turn 1. And then use the SRD parts. If I can turn this wheel, I'll show you. I don't know why it's so hard to turn. So have it on the SRD jack stands, and then here is the steering stop I was talking about, if it focuses. And then here's the plate it's gonna hit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it until the rack spacers that are in the rack stop it, and then make that just barely not touch that plate. That way, if it would flex or anything stupid happens, then it would just go like a hair more before it touches that. We're gonna get some laps in, get the car going. Yeah. It's just gonna be a good day, you know. It feels good to be at the track, not be at an FD round with the FD car, and just kind of have some fun, rip some tires. Brought probably way too many tires to beat on this thing, but you know, it is what it is. All the boys are out here from Maryland Motor Works, and we're gonna have a good time. First laps, they're on the little track before they open up to the full track. Just wanted to get a couple laps in it, feel out the steering. The power steering feels great. It feels like I have less angle now, probably because now I'm used to driving where it has the angle plus the flex, and I don't have the flex anymore, so I actually took away some angle. I might turn back the steering stops just a little bit just to get more angle as long as it doesn't bind. Now, I will say, when I was on left-hand turns when the wheel was all the way right, it actually felt like it kind of got stuck on lock. So we're gonna lift up the front end, make sure it doesn't do anything weird where the bolt's going underneath the control arm or anything like that. And then, yeah, wait till they go to full course to blow off the rest of my, I think I got like 4 tires with me. So, first lap updates, not terrible, not great. So that's why we're here, that's why we're testing. All right, update. Didn't put the microphone on because I'm lazy. We turned the steering stops in just a little bit to get a little bit more angle. See if that fixes it. Allows it to flex a little bit more, which is weird to say, but I want more angle. Maybe I just gotta take another steering stop out, I don't know. But yeah, we try to get dialed in, just make changes every set of tires. If I go back out on like the same setup, it does nothing. I just need to, like, every time I put a set of tires on, change some stuff up, and if it just feels like garbage right away, pull in, make another change. So I only got so many sets of tires. I gotta remember this is a practice day, this is me testing, this isn't just a fun day ripping around with the boys, even though I really want to. So update before I go back out. Second set of tires down. I'm gonna switch the camera around and show you what I'm doing. Felt good. Scared the crap out of Rob there. Hopefully I got that on camera, or someone from the outside did.
Fuck that! Fuck that! Fuck that! I'm good on that! Hell no! Hell no! Fuck that! Fuck that! Fuck that! Nigga, I ain't never been so scared in my fucking life! Yo, fuck that! I said, oh!
But yeah, we're gonna just make some changes. Car feels good. I'm just gonna add more angle into it by adjusting the steering stops in a little bit. So it's hitting exactly, where is it? Hitting exactly where I want. So it's in the middle of the pad, not going underneath or anything like that. So I'm actually just gonna, horrible cameraman here, I'm just gonna turn that in a turn. So I'm just gonna keep turning it in until it feels like garbage and then go back. So that's what we're just gonna keep doing. Just do a lap, come in, adjust, go do a lap, until we get the sweet spot. didn't do it.
Like my
Just neutral.
Neutral, not clutch in.
Neutral, not clutch in.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna call it.
Or I wonder, that doesn't sound anything like, I know that your supercharger makes a rumbly, rocky noise, right?
Yeah, but see, I hear it in here.
It does sound like it for sure.
And you would think with the clutch in it would still make it.
Yes, he would. Yes, it would definitely. Yeah, for sure. Fair enough.
Okay, all in all, a good test day. Literally just got done with my last set of tires. Well, I have more sets of tires, but I'm gonna call it my trans is making noise. Something that I'm just gonna let Eric look at. Eric's not here, so I'm not gonna try to beat on the car too much. If he was here and he felt like it was safe to keep running, I would, but with him not here, I'd rather just play it safe than sorry. This thing's gotta go to Vegas here in what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? So steering stops, working great. Still need a little bit more tweaking, but I don't have to do seating bracket, so I'll just mess with it on Thursday. But car's good, just a little bit of trans noise. It's weird. It's in neutral. When I'm driving around, it doesn't make the noise. When the clutch is in, it doesn't make noise. It's just make like a rattling noise, which it just started that last lap when I bumped into Joseph there. So all in all, good test day. Glad I came out, learned a lot. Yeah, this car should be good for Vegas. Just, you know, minor things, check over the trans, do a bolt check, fluid check, and yeah, next thing you know, you'll see this car in Vegas. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe. Thanks for following along, and yeah, keep watching along for all this Mustang stuff. So later.